As early as my junior high days, I knew that I wanted to be a football coach someday. I wanted to coach the game.
In the modern age of college football, only a handful of coaches are equated with true greatness. Darrell Royal of Texas was one of them.
Well, Coach Royal is a unique individual. He's a great, great coach, but he's a great human being.
I mean, there's no question about it. He's one of the greatest coaches ever coached. You look at his record and look how he handled himself.
I think of Coach Royal as an icon of college football. He's a man that was dynamic, energetic.
Royal was summoned to Austin in 1956 by DX Bible. The former head coach and athletic director had seen something very special in the young coach, who had put together 2 6-4 seasons at Mississippi State and a 5-5 record at Washington. That something special was leadership and toughness.
The one thing that stands out in my mind is that if any player would tell you he was not scared of Coach Royal, I would have to say that player was lying to you.
So Coach Royal, you know, he didn't bring you into the office to say kind things. If you went into your office, it wasn't going to be a pleasant experience.
Jim Hudson said it very plainly. He says, everybody around Austin thinks Coach Royal is this great guy, and not that he is, but that's a mean bastard when it comes to football, you know.
Royal inherited a 1-9 Texas team in his first year, transformed the Longhorns into winners, going 6-3-1. By the early 60s, he had turned the program into one of college football's elite powers. #1 rankings in 61 and 62, and then in 1963, the Horns went undefeated and earned the first national championship in school history.
It was really fun to watch the evolution of his coaching and his ability. And his greatest asset was getting good coaches, but transmitting his feelings and his emotion to his players.
Royal's legacy was now being written, and then came the Wishbone teams of the late 60s. Royal had hired a new assistant, Emory Bellard, a young coach who had designed a new and innovative offense, the Wishbone, the running attack that proved to be almost unstoppable. In 1969 and 1970, Royal's Wishbone teams would dominate opponents, winning 30 straight games and claiming back-to-back national titles.
When all the things come together and you win, it is really a very special, magical almost feeling, and I was very, very fortunate to be a part of that.
You realize as you get older how lucky you had to be in the right place in the right time, get to play for the University of Texas, get to play for Coach Royal.
Undoubtedly, Royal's most famous game, the one that many Longhorn fans still point to as the greatest game ever played, took place at the end of the 1969 season. Texas was ranked #1, Arkansas ranked #2. The game played in Fayetteville. President Nixon was there, ready to crown a national champion. The Horns fell behind 14-0, but rallied in the fourth quarter thanks to this incredible fourth down call by the head coach.
And going to work for Randy Peschel, and Peschel catches the ball. What a toss. Randy Peschel.
I remember the ball coming down, thinking I'd never catch it when I first saw it, but it worked.
Texas rallied to win 15-14 and win their second national championship under Royal.
We were a team in '69, played as a team, went out there expected to win as a team.
It was really icing on the cake for a tremendous year.
We were just taking care of our business then the best we knew how.
Knowing that you accomplish something that very, very few organizations and individuals ever have the opportunity of experiencing.
Well, I put that ring and watch on every day, so you remember it every day.
Royal would go on to coach the Longhorns for 7 more seasons before stepping down in 1976 as the winningest coach in school history. In 20 years, 167 wins, 47 losses, 3 national titles, and 11 Southwest Conference titles, as well as 16 bowl games. In 23 years as head coach, he never had a losing season.
I don't think any head coach can succeed unless he can successfully
hire the right people to work on the staff. And unless he gets performance from the coaching staff.
After his coaching career ended, Royal would move into a full-time role as UT athletics director and then into full-time retirement, where he spent time with his family and his friends. Other head coaches would come and go, but it really wasn't until Mack Brown was hired in 1998 that Royal was brought back full-time into the Longhorn family. Brown knew the importance of what Royal meant to the program and its fans and made the point of including Coach Royal in everything.
I don't think Coach could hold it up above his head with a little ball there, so he can't do that.
Of all the things that have happened positive for us at Texas, the number one thing to me is my relationship with Coach Royal. I used to think he was like a father figure, and then I thought that makes him look too old because it put him in a tough spot. He's really been like an older brother. I can tell him anything, and he never even, he won't tell Miss Edith, much less anybody else. He's so confidential. In my position, you're so lucky to have a guy who won 3 national championships as a consultant who'll be honest and direct with you, and is still a great friend.
Besides the wins and losses, National Coach of the Year honors, and Hall of Fame inductions, Darrell Royal will be best remembered as a man of integrity. His teams always abided by the rules, never ran afoul of the NCAA, and always played as a reflection of its head coach's class and dignity. He is so well revered, officials changed the name of the stadium where he paced the sidelines for 20 years to Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium in 1996. One of Royal's closest friends, the late President Lyndon Baines Johnson, once wrote of the UT coach, "You are the finest example of an inspiring world leader I know." Longhorn fans of all ages would agree, there's no one like Darrell Royal.